Hi everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, bringing your life in alignment with you. I'm here today to do your weekly guidance reading for this week of January 17th through the 23rd. I am a soul coaching, oracle, and tarot practitioner, intuitive astrologer, holistic health practitioner, and life coach. So in these readings, I like to just give some guidance through tarot, the oracle, as well as the astrological events that are going on through the week. So this is just a general overall energy for the collective. It is not specific to any one person. It may or may not resonate with you today, but just take the bits and pieces that do. This is meant more to give you some tools and insights into how to manage your week and be more mindful and aware of the energy that is going on around you. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Comment below if anything really hits home with you. I love to hear your stories. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into it. So we start off with the tarot. I'm also a card collector. I love new decks and seeing indie designs, working through all these different artists and collaborations. So the deck we're working with this week is the Spirit Song Tarot, sort of a animal spirit guidance one. Definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so we have 3 cards from the tarot. We've got the 9 of Crystals, or Spider Spirit, representing security and abundance, as well as the earth element. And then we've got the 6 of Acorns in the reverse, Elk Spirit, representing success and triumph and the fire element. And then we have the 6 of Shells in the reverse, representing joy and sentiment, the Otter Spirit, and the water element. Okay. So if any of those animals maybe stick out to you, this could be maybe some spirit guidance from them, could be an animal totem that you follow. So going right into, with the 9 of Crystals, there's sort of this energy this week of having kind of everything that we need. You know, Spider is able to kind of collect and weave everything together. So we're really kind of in our own element. We have kind of brought all of the pieces together. We're feeling really secure in ourselves, and we're starting to kind of create the bigger picture, create our own abundance, create our own security. We're not really relying on others to give it to us. So yeah, what I'm feeling is just being in your own element is like the word that I'm hearing. And coming through with the 6 of Acorns, you could also, this could be sort of like an interpersonal triumph, something that you've maybe had to overcome on your own. Again, with that kind of lonesome energy, and this coming in the reverse, because normally this has to do with big triumphs and successes and being celebrated. But I feel like you're kind of doing this more internally. Like this is... You're not really seeking the outside gratification. This is something that you've been working on for a really long time. You've been trying to do the inner work. You've been kind of leading your own way, and this sense of independence, creating your own security, something that will have a strong foundation that others can't really take away from you. Because with the 6 of Shells as well, kind of looking back on the, sentiment energy, this is kind of in past energies. So we're reflecting maybe on instances, or something could be coming up this week that is reminiscent of our past, maybe things that were that we've kind of had to overcome to get to this like self-gratification is what I'm hearing. I'm just trying to feel into where this is coming from. Yeah, child. Like someone or something was really kind of trying to rain on your parade. I'm hearing like the sort of inner child, like sort of crushing, like maybe you were looking at this, these things you were trying to do with a sense of childlike wonder. And maybe some people were almost thinking it was childish, or you had that perception of it, that it was kind of like a foolish dream, like fool's errand sort of thing. And you're starting to see now, with kind of going your own way by listening to those inner callings, you're starting to maybe see what the bigger picture is, how it was all coming together, and what your soul was really kind of looking for. And if you're maybe not seeing, maybe you haven't quite reached the full manifestation yet, so you're kind of waiting to really feel celebratory, to really congratulate yourself or give yourself the pat on the back that you really deserve for how far you have come. You're kind of maybe feeling this sense of unease and just uncertainty from whatever this past instance is that is coming up. Maybe it's just a memory or patterns in yourself that maybe has a little sense of doubt, but I'm not feeling anything super heavy. It's just kind of a lot of self-reflection this week, a lot of acceptance as well. And just giving yourself the time and space to celebrate when the time is right. When you feel like maybe you've gotten all your ducks in a row, and you just don't want to like jump the gun, or maybe you are thinking of like jinxing it, because maybe there's just been past experience where things haven't really always gone your way, or you just never really imagined how things could pick up on. I'm sorry. My own energy is a little off today, and Mercury is retrograde, so I apologize if I'm a little frazzled in my own mind and trying to convey the message as well. So I apologize if I feel a little off. And that could be some of that energy too, is since we do have a lot of this sort of internal thought processes going on. You're maybe just wanting to actually have this sort of alone time as well. So that's what I see here with all of those. All right, let's get a little clarification with the oracle decks. So there's 2 oracle decks this week. So we're still working with the Enchanted Blossoms. This is my newest one, and they just still want to be worked with this week, so I really love them. So the first card we have is Patience, the white Monte Cassino flower, and the yellow pansy butterfly. The protection card with Eucalyptus and the monarch butterfly. And confidence with the hepatica flower and the Baltimore checker spot butterfly. That's a really cool butterfly. Yeah, so Spirit is saying, yeah, with this patience card, I see, yeah, don't kind of just like jump the gun too much yet. Like maybe just not really any gloating or getting too ahead of yourself, especially during Mercury retrograde. We want to kind of recheck and like cross all the T's, dot all the I's, make sure everything is like pristine before like really moving forward, especially if we want to keep that sense of security and make sure we're well set up. We do want to, you know, take this time. So this could be another thing too that Spirit is asking, is for you to kind of do a little kind of deep dive with yourself, your emotional self, your child self. Are your needs really being met? Are you feeling seen? Are you feeling, are you really feeling joyful and like this is really fulfilling? Or is your inner child kind of calling out for some attention right now? Because you could have been working really hard with this Nine of Pentacle energy. You could have been just really putting your nose to the grindstone and not really having any time for fun. That could be something that's going on here too, is as much as you try to put in the work, you're not also giving yourself the reward from that either. Because that's one thing that's really beneficial with manifesting, is giving ourselves our own rewards, celebrating our own successes. So, because with this protection, especially eucalyptus, your system could really be kind of getting bogged down. You could be, your energy itself could just be feeling really worn out, and Spirit is, you know, telling you to kind of make sure to have that time for self-care. You know, when you're trying to be the boss man, boss lady, you know, we need that self-care just as much as anyone else. Nobody else is going to do it for us. So even though you're keeping yourself in check, make sure to keep yourself in check with that self-care as well. And then Spirit is saying, you know, remember to, when you also choose to do this self-care, it can really boost your confidence, because when we start to kind of get mentally shaky and we're feeling depleted and we make ourselves vulnerable to kind of attacks from the outside, whether it be, you know, getting sick, whether it be our emotions. If we don't allow ourselves space to really feel into that, it can tend to just wipe us out and hinder our progress that we've made thus far. So as you start to like take a step back, just making sure to, you know, realize that you are making a lot of progress. You are coming really far. And I feel like for some of you that could be something that you have been building up to with this Nine of Pentacles as well, is you've been really working on building your self-confidence. You've been working on really just being your own person, that being in your element energy again. You've maybe really just hindered by keeping yourself small or just ignoring your needs. And so this week, Spirit is really saying, you know, work on your self-esteem, work on that confidence. And if that is a direction that you're moving in, Spirit is just affirming, you know, you're moving in the right direction. All right, so then let's move into our last oracle, is the Goddess Power Oracle. I felt like this really wanted to, oh, I apologize. Let me fix my light, hold on. Let's see. So sorry. You get to see the fun editing markups. Sorry about that. So fun. Once again, Mercury retrograde. It's great. All right. So, our first goddess is the goddess Demeter, in the alignment position as the nurturer. And it's the card number 11. So yeah, that nurturance energy, that that needing to work through protection and confidence. Yeah, some of you have been really like neglecting yourselves, your body. Maybe you're kind of a workaholic energy. Maybe you just don't know that that aspect of yourself very well, the nurturer. So this could be an archetype that is wanting you to come into alignment right now, especially with this Six of Shells. Your inner child is calling out for some love, or maybe just a shadow aspect. If you've ever worked with the shadow, you could have a sort of needy aspect to yourself that you've been suppressing, is what I'm hearing for some of you. Maybe you look at neediness in a negative way, especially with wanting to be so independent and self-sufficient. So it's good to have this sense of self-sufficiency, but if we push it away so much that we're ignoring the nurturing, it really doesn't get us as far as we would like. Okay, and then our other goddess is the goddess Isis of rebirth, and she's also in alignment. So there is this reframing, this, how do I want to say this? This transmutation of energy that is going on with you this week, that is requiring patience, and it's just a lot of information coming in, sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of old wounding, childhood wounding. I'm hearing specifically for some of you, maybe you've had to depend on yourself your whole life. Maybe you didn't really get to be a child. Maybe you've always felt like the world has kind of been on your shoulders. You've had to carry that weight for so long. And you're just kind of, it almost like your energy is so drained that you're almost waiting for the next shoe to drop. Like any little thing can just like take you out, because you're kind of on edge. And this is just specifically for a few of you, is something I'm really tapping into, a specific message. And Isis is wanting you to align with, it's time to kind of reframe that idea of self-sufficiency. Rebirth doesn't mean, that energy is completely gone, or isn't going to be continued over into the next cycle. It's just a chance for you to rewrite that story. And maybe you've been resisting that. Maybe you've been resisting kind of moving on to the next stage. You've been maybe you're just not really wanting to like kind of leave your own little bubble. Maybe you're really comfortable where you're at, but Spirit is kind of urging you, all right, we've done this really hard work. You've done so much. Now we have to learn this part too. We have to learn how to nurture. We have to learn how to be soft, not so hard all the time. Especially with this patience card, I feel a sense of like gentleness that the patience needs to come from. Having more patience with ourselves, not getting down on our child selves, or that, again, that sort of neediness energy. Okay. So that was really specific for some of you out there. All right. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the astrology, because there is a lot going on astrologically this week. So that could be that shifting energy as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So on Monday the 17th, the first thing we have going on is the full moon of this month. So it's a full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution, and it's happening in the third decade of Cancer, which is represented by the Four of Cups energy. So yeah, this personal issue, I think, is really coming down to this Six of Cups. I think this is really what's standing out, because this is like a past issue. This is something that, in order for you to move to the next level, has to be worked through. So this full moon could be that release. This could be that time to go in and nurture, especially because Cancer is all about the family, security, the home. It is very nurturing. It's a water sign. It's very loving, and it's easily hurt. It easily has hurt feelings. It's like this. Its emotions changes with the moon, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. So with this Four of Cups energy too, with it happening in this decade, Spirit is really kind of offering you something to, it's kind of offering you the key. It's giving you this cup, this wisdom, to be able to move forward, but you have to be able to sit with it and take it in. Maybe for some of you too, you've kind of cut yourself off from Spirit, and not to say on purpose, but because you've exuded this energy of independence and not needing anyone. You maybe feel like you just don't really, believe in that sort of stuff, or you don't believe someone is going to be there to help you, because you have had to do this on your own for so long. But take some time to really reflect in this lunar energy, especially with Mercury retrograde, to take in that offering. Whatever is coming in from Spirit for you, allow yourself the time to slow down this week and digest the lessons, so that you can reach this resolution. Because we also have this interesting energy of change, because Uranus, which is the planet of movement, electricity, change, it's currently in the sign of Taurus, which is also about like our values. It's very much about security as well, like money, love, all of those kind of material things, is going direct after this full moon as well. And the energy it's moving through is the Six of Coins. So this is all about like balance, equal give and take. Instead of feeling like we have to give, or take, we're finding that equilibrium. And we're going to have that chance to, make that shift in that direction. And in the same Taurus energy, so the big shift that's happening this week is our north node of the moon is moving into its new axis. So there's a north node and a south node. The north node will be also moving into Taurus, which is represented by the Hierophant, which is a spiritual teacher, a lesson, tradition. So there is this spiritual guidance coming in. You could be having a new guide revealed to you, or just a new sense of like purpose or way of doing things. Looking at those traditional values, how we have been integrating that into our life, is where North Node is moving forward, whereas South Node, where we've come from, is Scorpio, the Death card. After we go through this transformation, after we've kind of gone through, not non-linear thinking, we've looked at all the shadow aspects, we've done the shadow work, we've experienced this transmutation of energy. Now we're ready to kind of take what we know for ourselves and kind of embrace it into the unknown as well. So a big access shift, and this is where the eclipses of the year are going to be happening. So what's happening this week, really pay attention to how they're manifesting through the eclipses. So when we have a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse, it'll be in these signs of Taurus and Scorpio. So it'll probably bring up bullet points throughout the year of this specific energy, which is why this feels like so specific and so big. So it could be really important this week to have that sort of ceremony of letting go, especially moving into the North Node. And it's funny that this says this, to step out of your comfort zone. So we're on top of, we want to get out of our comfort zone, but Taurus isn't about getting out of the comfort zone. So I see this kind of polarity energy going on as well. But there is going to be this South Node energy that's challenging us as well. Okay. And then last thing we have going on this week is we'll be moving out of Capricorn season. The sun will be making its transit into the sign of Aquarius. So this will be happening later in the week, around Thursday, I believe. So our focus is going to shift more towards the bigger picture, how it's all coming together. Aquarius is kind of the humanitarian sign, but it is ruled by Uranus as well. So Uranus could be playing a really big energy into your chart over the next month, and inviting that change. This is a good time to kind of embrace outside of the box thinking for yourself, how to kind of look at things differently, and maybe even shifting your dynamic. Maybe you start to, instead of being so separate, instead of being this individual, you want to start coming together more with people. You want to start collaborating. You want to create that support group. You want to invite those like loving people into your energy. And they're going to be people that are going to celebrate these triumphs with you. They're not, this stuck out to me because elk is such a herd animal. It's not, it doesn't get its strength from just being on its own. Like, it has the strength of the herd behind it, and the herd all kind of works as a collective. So you as an individual do have an important part to play. You are weaving and creating your own story, but Spirit has these individual experiences through us to also weave it into the collective, to kind of create the whole piece, the whole picture. And this could be a block for some of you too, is maybe you're kind of an introvert. Maybe you don't really, maybe you have a hard time connecting with people, or you feel a lack of confidence around people. Maybe you're kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a sense of stage fright, like you're just nervous around people. But as you start to work on this confidence and start to kind of build these new relationships, this could be that change as well, is that give and take with people. You might be starting to build new relationships in that way. This could be that offering. That cup is, Spirit is maybe going to be sending people your way that are going to show you how to embrace your individuality as well as feeling like you have that support system. You're not going to have to do it all on your own. Is something I'm really hearing. All right. Okay. Lots of energy going on. Again, I'm sorry if the message was kind of struggling to come through there for a moment, but you know, now I really see, the big picture. That's what the word that keeps coming in is really, really exciting this week. So take your time as well with this energy shifting so much with the axes and the sun and this moon. It's a time for releasing. It's, you know, we're coming to the end of a sign. We're coming to the end of a retrograde. We're coming to a full moon. There's a lot of ending going on. So whatever is trying to leave, you know, just give yourself the time and space to be patient and allow that picture to come through. You don't have to have all the answers right now, especially with Mercury retrograde. As you can tell, not everything is entirely clear and maybe hard to communicate for some. Okay, so yeah, overarching message this week, you know, embrace your uniqueness, but also embrace those that are coming in for you. Find the balance between the two. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I think that's everything that wants to come through for now. If you really resonated with any of the messages or any imagery, please comment or leave an emoji below. I also do private readings as well as pick a card readings. I'll have pick a cards coming out for the full moon energy this week, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, if you'd like to tip or donate, I have my Cash App links below. So I appreciate the energy exchange in whatever way it suits you. So thank you so much and enjoy your week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.